see. She's her own bubble butt boyfriend, Billy. You're evil. So slack. She watched her mom get butchered. Where do you get this shit? You are pathetic.
Get ready to join Nancy Ann Ritter, aka Nar, as she and Jar Jar Jeremy try to face their fears of all things horror. Along with their guru of gore, Kevin Crooksy, they will watch and give their critiques of some of the best the horror genre has to offer. Will they succeed? Find out on the re-education of Nancy Ann Ritter.
Okay.
And welcome to the show, the only show with me, Jar Jar Jeremy, Kevin Crook, and Nancy Ann Ritter, aka Nar. Hey, how's everybody doing this week?
We're doing. It's getting cold.
Yeah. It's beginning of October.
Yeah.
Today was here in Virginia was 76 degrees.
What?
And then I know, and it was so just very lovely. And then I think it's 59 now.
It was 50 most of the day around me, from what I understand, from what my watch tells me, because I don't leave the house. I don't leave the house.
It was in the 50s where you were.
Yeah,
I was out for a little bit.
60s.
Yeah.
I had to go get blood work done because I'm an adult. And it was all right. I had the window down a little bit, then I got a little cold. So, but I'm just turning into an elderly man in front of everyone's eyes.
They didn't let Kevin eat for like 12 hours. He was famished.
I didn't get to eat anything until like 2:00 in the afternoon. I was messaging back and forth with Jeremy. I'm like, I'm going to eat my leg. He's just like, don't eat both your legs. It's brutal.
Were you able when it's like that? Were you able to get a morning appointment so that?
It was 1:30 in the afternoon.
Oh God. Did you eat are you one-legged now?
Yeah.
Did you eat Jeremy's leg too? So he's one-legged?
Long distance.
Yeah,
long distance.
Can't get away now.
Well, and would you like to eat my leg? And then we're all three one-legged.
We can do like that monkey's walk.
The monkey.
Here we go.
We have to figure out which leg is which. Anyways,
yeah, we all watched
this episode. Yeah.
This episode is all about The Nightmare on Elm Street by God damn it, why am I blanking on the director's name?
You got this.
I do got this. Oh.
The opposite of East without the T.
I'm sorry, say that.
The opposite
Wes
of
Craven. Thank you. Thank you very much, Nar. You saved the day. Director Wes Craven's The Nightmare on Elm Street.
Actually, A Nightmare on Elm Street.
Oh, is it A Nightmare on
Elm
Elm Street?
Nightmare Before Christmas, and it's A Nightmare on Elm Street.
Oh, stop it. Now I just sound like a fool.
That's all right. Okay, we're all fools.
So, Kevin, would you like to give our synopsis?
I assumed you were going to. Give me a second.
Oh, you thought I was going to? Okay.
Yeah, we're very, very organized.
Yes, well, you're the guru of horror. Me and Nancy Ann are just the students.
We're the Yeah, we're your pupils.
All right.
I do. Who doesn't know this one?
Hey. The teenager Nancy Thompson. We have to definitely call you Nara this episode because we'll be throwing Nancy's around like nobody's business.
Yeah.
Must uncover the dark truth concealed by her parents after she and her friends become targets of the spirit of a serial killer with a plated glove in their dreams, in which they die. It kills them in real life. Dun, dun, dun.
That sounds so scary.
Oh, so real quick. I'm going to interrupt this whole show, but so this was loosely. He got the idea from a true story.
Oh, he did?
Really?
Yeah, there was some like Asian students of something, and they had traveled or something, and they were having horrible nightmares and dying in their sleep.
Oh.
So it was based off it was in the news and everything. And also, originally he wasn't going to be a serial killer. He was supposed to be child molester as opposed to a child murderer. And actually, if you watch the reboot of it, he was a child molester in that one.
Was he?
Yeah, he was. But the
Lester the molester.
yeah, but it was like a big thing going on in the news and stuff at that time. So they didn't want to. They're just like, let's not add to the fire. Like, let's just change it up a little bit. But yeah.
Plus, they were did that? Was that PG-13?
No, it's R.
Is it R?
Yeah.
Rated R.
I wonder what gave it the R rating for that one.
It was
wasn't any
like, I'm your
nudity.
boyfriend now, Jar Jar. Like that time.
Oh yes, that's right. That's right.
On the phone.
Too many F's, I guess.
Well,
Too many F-bombs.
yeah, it was also the Miss Nude America that Johnny Depp. Yeah, and Miss Nude America that Johnny Depp was watching. That the implication
That's how
of
it got. Oh, I didn't even notice he was watching Miss Nude America.
Oh, that's his mom's like, oh, how can you listen to music and watch TV? He's like, well, Miss Nude America is coming on. And she's like, well, you're not going to hear what she has to say. He's like, who cares what she has to say? Yeah. And he's just like, all right, I have to go to Jump Street. I'll be right back.
I wrote, tell me when, because I was a good pupil. I wrote my notes. So you tell me when you're ready for. I'll try to. Is it so dumb when I read my notes?
No,
absolutely
I'm always
not.
so proud of myself. I do my homework.
That's good.
Yeah.
Well, and because it was a while ago
Mhm.
since I watched it, I wanted to make sure I would remember.
Yep.
See, I should start taking notes because it was also like a good amount of time since I had watched it. So, or since I've watched it, but like, I've watched it twice.
Yeah, I just watched it again today. So.
Oh, really?
You did?
When I was done with work, I just went in the living room. I was like, hey, to my wife, like, you want to watch a movie with me? She's like, what movie? I'm like, Nightmare on Elm Street. She's like, nope. And she just got up and walked out of the room.
She was like out.
Yeah. She's like, I want to go and watch. It was some show on like CW or something.
Sister Wives. No.
You know, I'm like, all right, but you're missing out. He's got accordion arms in one scene.
So how many times, Crooksy, have you seen it? And then Jar Jar, tell me how many times you've seen it.
I really have no idea. I've seen it a lot.
I'll say like 4 times for me.
Really? That's it?
Yeah. At least probably only once or twice as a kid and now twice as an adult. But it wasn't my favorite one is 3 and 4.
Mm-hmm.
Three Dream Warriors is like, I mean, they got a song and everything.
Yeah, by Dorkening. It's Dorkening that does that. Remember Dorkening?
Yeah,
no one else does. Yeah.
So 3 and 4.
Yeah, I think everything after that is like it, just like most franchises, it just kind of fizzles out. Like
I watched them.
Worse and worse.
Didn't watch the reboots.
There's only one reboot.
Oh, okay, only one.
And it's not as bad as everyone was making it out to be. It's just different.
I think the last one I remember seeing in theaters was the 3D one.
Okay.
How was that?
Interesting.
Terrifying.
That's when they.
Oh, go ahead.
Well, that's when they used to do the add in the 3D after the fact of filming. And for me, I'm colorblind. So like 3D is really hard for me to see because it deals with the colors and all that stuff. I don't understand why, but nowadays I can't see any of the 3D stuff. But back when they used to add in the 3D afterwards, I was able to see it.
Like with the red and blue.
Yeah.
Yeah. As opposed to like the way it is now, which is actually the way it was originally.
Yeah.
It's like way back in the day, my dad had told me, he was like, oh, when we were kids and it was 3D, it just looked like sunglasses. And that's what they do now. They just look like sunglasses. And it's like I don't know. They went back to, and I think it works better personally. But speaking of colors, do you know the reason as to why his sweater is that shade of red and that shade of green?
Covers up the blood easily?
Nope. There's an actual scientific reason for it.
A scientific?
Yeah. Those two shades together are scientifically proven to be unsettling.
Really?
Yeah.
But
So
then
that they kept him out of psych wards and stuff.
Yes, but like those two colors together, people like if you saw them just like on a piece of paper or like on a screen or something, you'd be like, oh, like it kind of hurts my eyes, kind of deal, you know. So that's what they say, anyways.
It is kind of unsettling in the film, but then that's so interesting with Christmas.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing.
The shade, though, it's like it's a different.
It does make people
It
angry.
is a different
brown green. It's almost a brown, like almost like a kind of army green, almost.
Mm.
And the red
so
is like
it's not,
like
yeah,
brick red or something.
right.
But
So it's not it's not
Yeah.
the Christmassy
Yeah,
red and green that we think.
yeah, and also
No,
like
it was unsettling.
yeah, his makeup changed a lot throughout the franchise as well, and it just
Yes.
got really bad.
It was horrible in this first movie.
I don't know. I thought it was great in this first movie.
Yeah,
it got really bad like later on in the franchise. Yeah. But why do you think it was bad, Jeremy?
I remember it being more burned up and stuff than what he looked like in this one. Robert Englund, yeah, I just remember more and not slimy, but like more
like moist.
Yeah, moist.
Gross word.
Moist, burnt skin, you know.
It had some topical ointment on it of some sort. But
Ointment.
yeah,
He jizzed on himself.
Yeah, he's like, "Ugh." That's how we started every shoot.
So why, if they had cemented the look in the first one, why wouldn't they have been consistent with how he looked in the second, third, and fourth?
Because Wes Craven only made 2 of them.
I was just going to ask.
Yeah, and after that, they just kept going with different directors, and they kept going their own way. And then like Roseanne Barr and Tom Arnold are in one.
Yeah, that's where it really went bad.
Yeah.
Did Wes, after the second one, he was just like, I'm
done. Yeah, I'm good.
I've said what I wanted to say through the film, and
Didn't he come back for one later on? Am I wrong on that? New Nightmare?
Did he do Wes's New Nightmare?
Maybe. Yeah, maybe that was the second one. But I think it was the producers, the producer or whatever. It was kind of the deal, like, you know, I can do whatever I want with this going forward or whatever. And I don't know. I mean, it kind of there's some stuff I read that was pretty interesting. And there's a documentary out there. It's a very long documentary. It's really good though. Like, there's a couple of them for like some of these movies. Like, there's one for Friday the 13th called Crystal Lake Memories or something like that. And it's a very long documentary, but it's really good. They break down every movie, and they kind of do the same thing with it's called Never Sleep Again, the Nightmare on Elm Street one. And it's really good. And they go through everything, and they point out some things where even like the cast is like, I have no idea what this even means. Like, I don't even like things in the movie. Like, why did that happen? No one knows. Like, we don't know. So there was a few things in the movie that were just like, that's unexplained completely. I'll get into that when we get later on in the movie, but we haven't even started. So do you want to, I know you said it's been a while, but do you want to go break down like basically how the movie runs?
Sure. It starts off in Nancy's friend's, I forget her name, stream, doesn't it? Where
the blonde girl.
Yeah, the blonde girl. And then they all go to school the next day. Holy crap, though. Nancy's mom. Wow.
Talk about a stellar actress. I'm sorry.
Somebody got slammed with the 80s.
It's hilarious.
She was made out of an old wallet.
But I actually didn't mind her by like towards the I did watch it with
the boyfriend. Looked just like the drunk 80s mom. Just
always a cigarette in her hands.
Yeah.
Come on,
Nancy.
Let's
let me tell you.
I don't have a problem. I'm just going to hide my vodka behind here with the towels.
At first, I was like with the tan skin.
God.
But for some reason, towards the middle and the end, I was like, I was glad it was her and not anybody else.
Oh yeah.
I don't know why. I can't explain it, but I kind of love the camp.
Amanda Weiss is the actress who played that, and the character's name was Tina Gray.
Oh, Tina, yes.
Yeah.
Of the blonde?
Yep.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
Her boyfriend. Hey, her boyfriend is one of those guys we got to get rid of. Like, Jesus Christ. Her boyfriend was the jock of all jocks. Comes in right away. First thing, you're just like, this guy's a douchebag.
Majorly. Well, majorly. I'm looking at my notes.
I'm looking at Bonnie Blakely is the Ronnie Blakely is the she played the mom.
And where did she come? Where did Ronnie Blakely?
Yeah, what she must have had.
She was on Nashville.
Okay.
The recent TV show,
1975,
or the film with Lily Tomlin.
And a movie called The Baltimore Bullet from 1980. I think she's still acting.
Oh no!
Go Ronnie! I love her name.
I'm horrible for thinking this. I assume she had passed.
I me too. Like, because that was the 80s. She looked like she was living them.
Well preserved.
Well preserved.
You say aluminum?
No, living them.
Oh, I thought you said aluminum. I was like, huh?
No. Because the 80s were known for Studio 54 and all that stuff. She was living it up.
Lots of baby blue eyeshadow and piss yellow hair.
And Nancy looked nothing like her.
No,
not at all. Or
her father.
Yeah.
Luckily.
The father is actually John Saxon. Yeah, he's been in so much stuff. I got to meet him once, and he was very nice.
He plays a great cop.
Oh yeah,
he's very good. I got excited when Joseph Whipp, his the other police officer, showed up because he plays the sheriff in Scream.
Oh,
so I thought that. Well, and it was funny to see him with hair because in Scream he's bald, and so just that little nugget I thought was fun because I didn't know he was in Nightmare on Elm Street.
That's something too, because isn't like, from what I understand, is like there's some references to Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yes.
You can
Rose McGowan's
Scream references like a ton of movies, right?
Yes, I'm pushing up my tatas because
I can't
Johnny
see
Depp,
over the thing.
Johnny Depp wears the number 10 jersey, and they have Rose McGowan, aka Tatum, and Scream. They give her it's super cute little crop top with the number 10, and she's very ample chested, ample boobed Rose McGowan. So it's super
Some
cute.
would say huge titted.
That is the technical term.
Yeah.
But she looks so cute.
Doctor, that's what they said.
But there's that. When you let me read, when I read my notes, I'll see if I found.
Yeah, we don't want to spoil anything because I want to get schooled on that because I haven't, as we know, I haven't seen Scream.
Crooksy.
Well, it's a thing.
I've watched that more than Nightmare on Elm Street.
Son of a bitch.
What did your daughter, who watches with you, Jar Jar, think of it? Did she watch
Nightmare on Elm Street or Scream?
Yeah.
Nightmare on Elm Street. She left me.
She left. Really? She abandoned you again.
Yeah. I think it holds up.
The accordion arms is where she left me.
Well,
she left me early.
There's a few things. I'm not gonna spoil it. I mean, that being said, I'm sure everyone that's listening or watching this have seen this movie.
I have to say that is the worst part.
No, it's not. Oh no, it's not. No. Talk about pulling a mom through a small window. That's obviously just like inflated dummy. When we were watching it on VHS back in the day, it didn't look that clear. I was like, oh my God, they pulled it through a window. Now it's just like, oh, she's made out of gummy bears or something. Like it was weird. But there's like a bunch of people, yeah. There's a bunch of people that ended up doing other things besides Johnny Depp, or I like to call him Jonathan Depp.
Jonathan Depp. John Depp.
When you know him like I do.
Yeah. So Lynn Shay, who was the teacher,
she's been a lot of stuff.
Yeah, she's like a pretty big part of the Insidious franchise as well, which is fairly recent, like in James Wan movies. And then any of you guys recognize the Sleep Doctor?
Sleep doctor. No.
Doctor.
The guy that was the mom smoking a cigarette in the hospital. They were
Mind you, like I have to say, that's the quickest appointment to get a sleep study done.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ever.
Yeah.
Is it really?
Oh, she had nightmares the night before, and the next day she's in there. I'm like, whoa.
The actor who played the doctor, his name is Charles Fletcher, whatever. You would know. I knew him originally as a stand-up comic, but he went on to be the voice of Roger Rabbit. And who framed Roger Rabbit? Yeah. I would do the please, but I can't.
Please.
There you go. Thank you.
Jar Jar, that was good.
I'm gonna hire you as a Roger Rabbit.
A few voices in my bag.
And then obviously we have Johnny Depp. This was his film debut. Like
he was. I think he's gonna go places.
Yeah, maybe.
You think so?
You know what?
I think so.
I think that dude's gonna be a pirate one day, and then maybe have some lady poop in his bed. And then
be a pirate for the rest of his life.
Yeah, then be a pirate and be in a band. With
like he has his own rock
Hollywood
band.
Keith Richards.
Yeah.
Is Keith? Oh no, he based Pirates of the Caribbean on
Keith Richards. Yeah,
which I think is brilliant.
I think Keith Richards is actually in one of the Pirates movies too. I think there's like a little like bumping into each other kind of deal. I think I could be completely wrong, but so yeah, this is his film debut, and the reason he was picked is because it was between him and one other person. And
who was the other?
I don't know. But Wes Craven showed his daughter the two people, and they're like, he's a hot one. So he should be in the movie. Yeah.
Wow, he was even getting it back then.
Yeah. Well,
still a sensitive soul too.
They say, I mean, I never, because I hear with Scream that one reason they chose Skeet Ulrich to be the well, am I allowed to do spoilers for you, Crooksy?
Yes. You can.
Okay.
I'll forget him. So
okay. Well, he's like the leading man heartthrob in Scream, but he's one of the co-killers. But this is just stuff I hear. But that one thing Wes Craven liked, what I heard on the street. Wes Craven didn't come and tell me this, but that he liked that Skeet kind of looks like Johnny Depp, and so that was. I'm guessing probably
that makes sense. Actually,
yeah.
He had the hair and everything going for himself.
Yeah.
And I guess he does make an appearance in one of the other Nightmare movies very briefly.
He does.
And then there was one where they were getting a bunch of people back, and he wanted to ask him, and he didn't because he was like, "Oh, I don't want to bother him with that, whatever."
Oh, Johnny Depp wanted to ask.
No, Wes wanted to ask Johnny Depp, and he's just like, he's a busy dude, he's pirating or something, and like, but he's like, "Oh, I totally would have done it. I totally would have." Yeah. I mean,
oh man, he came back to do the 21 Jump Street stuff, so he probably would have.
Yeah.
Wait, did he come back to the Jonah Hill and Channing Tatum?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he did a whole cameo. It was great.
Yeah.
How did I not know? I guess I've only seen snippets.
Yeah, both of them.
Peter DeLuise too, which is Dom DeLuise's son.
Yep. I must not. I've only seen snippets.
I think it's like an end credit thing, isn't it?
Yeah, because they're in the movie, but then at some point they're confronted or whatever, and they're like, "Oh, we're part of it too. We're undercover." And he starts taking the makeup off, and it's Johnny Depp.
And you can see that it's Johnny
Depp. So, anyways, we haven't really gotten very far in the movie.
Oh no, we haven't. Opening scene. All right, so we got the first nightmare. The kids all meet up at school. We're going in.
There's not a lot of grieving.
No,
not a lot of grieving. I noticed. Like, these are your close friends,
Yeah,
not at all. I mean, everybody goes back to school the very next day.
Yeah, well,
that's like in Scream. After Drew Barrymore's killed, well, the next scene after that is them, Nev Campbell and Rose McGowan going.
But there's a curfew.
School. And then Henry Winkler imposes the curfew.
Hey, get home by this time.
And then he's stabbed to death.
Yeah. I don't know. I didn't even know he was in the movie. But the whatchamacallit, if they didn't go back to school, we wouldn't have that really awesome scene.
Oh, that is
the body bag.
Yes, that
in the hallway.
I remember there being a lot more blood to that scene.
Well, there was a lot of blood. It was all the way.
I just remember, and the girl too, when you have the Freddy Krueger hall
She does cons.
monitor.
She shows up at cons a lot.
Does she?
What's her name?
She was the hall monitor one. And she's wearing the Freddy sweater.
Yeah.
I
remember her being more involved in the story, but no, she was just there. No running in the hallways.
I'd love to play a little part like that.
And she's got the glove on.
Yeah.
I'm not sure her name.
Oh, Nancy.
But Nancy. And but yeah, the whole dragging the body bag down the hallway with it, like the feet are just up and just going. I thought that was awesome. That looked really cool. There was a lot of really cool, stuff that you see in other movies, but maybe not at that time. Especially as a kid, like rolling up and down the walls and up the ceiling and all that.
Oh
stuff.
yeah,
that was so cool.
First kill, yeah,
so
that
cool.
was amazing.
Yeah,
Tina got killed in a crazy way.
They did that in Poltergeist, and it was very effective in that as well. But
it's so creepy.
It is, and I mean, I can imagine it not going well for some people,
especially the blood just pouring out into the sheets and stuff out of nowhere. Yeah.
Oh, you talking about the Johnny Depp one?
No, wasn't that the when she's being tossed around on the ceiling and stuff?
Yeah, that's what I had. I didn't know if you were talking about the Fountain of Blood.
That was.
If you ever do see Scream, there's another little.
I will see Scream. I promise. I will.
When Henry Winkler plays the Principal Hembry, and he's sent all the kids home, and he's in his office, and he hears sounds. So he, at one point, looks out of the principal's office into the hallway, and it's Wes Craven playing the high school janitor in a Freddy sweater.
Oh, nice.
And Henry Winkler, I don't think he says anything, but Wes Craven's got the mop and he's bent over, kind of an older man, and I think he says, "What'd you say?" to Principal Henry Winkler. I think that's the line. But it's actually really good. Wait, what did I say?
No, you said that. I'm assuming it's the right name. I said Principal Fonzie, but actually it was Principal Fonzarelli.
But Fonzarelli. But it's a cute little moment, and
I wonder if that's why, like, when the Simpsons parodied Nightmare on Elm Street, they had groundskeeper Willie. He was the janitor in the school, and he was the Freddy. So I wonder if that's why they did that, because of Scream.
Oh, possibly.
Because Scream just reverberates through all of pop culture till the end of their days. I know.
It's weird how like 90s culture has started to reshape, because I have kids now that are walking around in skate clothes and stuff.
I know, the baggy jeans.
Oh, yep. Yeah. I'm just
when I first moved to LA, it was the baggy jeans, and I wore little crop tops.
I did the same.
Yeah,
you flat little tummy.
My crop top.
Yeah,
I didn't have the flat little tummy. No one's going to tell me not to do it.
And TLC, the trio.
Oh yeah,
don't put trio girls. They would wear the baggy pants with the cute little.
Did you have a little
tight top?
Were you the
Lisa
left
guy? No, I did not.
Did you burn your boyfriend's house down? Didn't she do that? Didn't she? Was it her that did that?
I think it was.
It's funny to see the '90s fashion. I'm so late with the trends. I finally just started wearing skinny jeans a few years ago, and now it's the baggy.
I don't give a shit.
But I don't
wear whatever I have.
Yeah, exactly. Whatever's in the closet.
I've been morbidly obese for most of my life. I'm now just regular obese. So if I can wear clothes that are, look all right on me, I'm gonna fucking wear them. I don't care. I don't have to wear baggy clothes anymore.
I just wear the New England outfit, layered shirts and generic jeans.
This is my generic New England outfit, my Irish walking cap.
Oh, I got my cap downstairs.
Oh, yeah.
Wait, do the profile, Crooksy. Oh, it's called an Irish walking.
Yeah, it's a scally cap. It's it's actually the company's Boston Scally company.
Like short for scallywag? No.
Sure. I don't know. I assumed it was like scally. Whatever. I love them. I grew up wearing them, and my dad wore them, and my grandkids are going to wear them. And I don't have kids, so that's going to be very tough.
You can have kid puppets. I'm having major scene. When will I? Well, Jar Jar keep going.
Yeah, keep going.
Dad.
Because I saw, and then will I get to read my notes? Because
Yes.
I'm having so many senior moments once I read
Senior
my
moments.
notes, but that I
Oh,
can't
it's
remember because it was so long ago that we watched it.
That's a good thing that you wrote everything down.
Yeah,
Good.
yeah.
So
But I'm so impressed. So Jar Jar, keep going.
Nancy freaks out in school, like complete
Oh, yeah,
utter
yeah.
like breakdown.
Well,
Once
She
again,
just saw-
everybody's just like, yeah,
she just saw her friend get dragged down a hallway.
I know, but
Her
like,
friend's at
she's
bed.
taking a nap in school. To everybody else, she just was sleeping.
Mm-hmm. She wakes
You
up.
know, freaks out. Everybody's just like, huh?
Now
And
that's
then she-
another Scream thing, having the two girlfriends, because that would be Nev Campbell and Rose McGowan are the
Mhm.
two girlfriends. Friends who are girls.
Mhm.
So they
Imagine if
don't
we did that,
think
Jeremy,
that
just
Nev,
like, I'm gonna go hang out with my boyfriend Jeremy. He's a boy and he's my friend. He's my boyfriend.
so that people
my
don't think Rose
boyfriend.
and Nev that they play lovers, but that they're friends in high
Mhm.
school and Scream. So there's so much of it, and at one point, Rose McGowan says it's not another Wes Carpenter flick to
Yeah.
Nev Campbell. So there are a lot of cute little
Nice.
Scream
And
throwbacks.
did you notice when Nancy's trying to stay awake in
Yes,
the movie, they're watching
Yes.
Evil Dead?
I did notice. Yes.
But it's the original Evil Dead,
Yeah,
not
it's the
Evil Dead
first.
2. And then Evil Dead.
Oh, not then I didn't. Okay, so what? Yeah, what?
No,
Because we
but
watched
it's still,
Evil Dead.
no, but it's still
Bruce
Ash with the
Campbell.
chainsaw. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
still
yeah.
Bruce Campbell.
It's pretty much
It's
the
the original
exact same movie.
Okay, yeah.
But in that movie, in the original Evil Dead, at one point there's the Hills Have Eyes poster on the wall, and that's a Wes Craven movie.
That's a Wes Craven.
And so that's why he put Evil Dead in this one, and then they ended up using the glove in Evil Dead 2. Like they were going back and forth.
I
Isn't that cool?
love it.
And then they were like, "How did you get that glove?" And I guess one of the gloves went missing from set from the original movie, which, by the way, only took like 32 days to film, or 37 days. The whole movie was done in like a
And
little over
do you know what the budget was? And then it must have made a killing.
$45. Yeah, well,
No,
they were expecting it to do not great, and it saved. Was it
New
New
Line?
Line?
Is it
saved,
New
Yeah,
Line?
New Line.
Saved
Yeah.
New Line. They were going to file bankruptcy, and it saved them. Let me see if I can find the.
How long did
And
it
it launched, not launched, but made Robert Englund a household name.
Because before, what was the other thing he was mostly known for? Is probably V.
Yeah, I think
Oh,
yeah.
so.
V for vagina.
I mean,
Talk about it.
I'm a 5-year-old. I watched a couple episodes of V. I didn't know he was in.
He was an alien. He was an alien in that.
He was an alien.
Yeah.
I know he's really nice and does the conventions. I haven't.
he does. Yeah, he just did one up around here. I didn't get to go to it.
There was I saw a
Good.
little interaction between him and Kane Hodder,
Oh, really?
where someone was like, they brought over the Freddy versus Jason, had like Kane sign it, then they brought it over to Robert to sign it, and they were just like throwing like little jabs at each other back and forth. It was all just joking around.
Been good fun.
Yeah, it's pretty great. So the budget was $1.8 million.
Oh, it was one.
Yeah.
I mean, it hit the million.
Yeah, 1.8 million opening weekend. Just the opening weekend, which is a day after my birthday, November 11th, 1984. It made 1,271,000. The gross U.S. and Canada was 25 million. Yeah,
25 million.
Yeah.
How quickly did it hit that 25 million? Does
I
it
have no
probably
idea. I mean, I don't know when they stopped counting.
Yeah.
'Cause, like,
Is it still today that they're
I have no idea.
adding
But
it up?
I can remember right after it came out, I was Freddy for Halloween.
No
Like, My
way.
mom got me the mask and the hat. She wouldn't buy me the gloves, so I had to make one myself.
Do you still
My
have
brother
it?
introduced me to all of this.
And then I can remember, this is a weird thought to have, but I remember sneaking down into my church's basement and sneaking into the boiler room to poke around as a kid. I got in trouble.
I made my own
Okay.
Freddy glove when I broke a mirror. I used the mirror
Oh,
shards
I
as
used-
the claws.
I used plastic knives.
Maybe-
I used plastic knives and screwed them down and put them on like a garden glove. It was totally ghetto. It was dark.
Yeah, my glove was just a winter glove. use duct tape around it.
It was your mom's glove, and it went all the way up to your elbow, like from like
her smoking glove.
Smoking glove.
Jeremy.
I could have seen it on the. Well, I was 11 in 1984, so I could have seen it on the big screen, but there was no chance in hell.
I didn't. I don't think I saw it on the big screen. I don't think.
No, I saw.
How old were you?
4 on the big screen when that.
How old were you guys in 1984?
84. I was 6. Yeah, about 6 years old.
And
when it came out in the theater, I was, I just turned 9.
And I was 11. So you guys, 6 and did you all even know about it?
I didn't know about it until my brother.
I knew. I have 2 older. I have 2 older sisters, so like I knew about it. And then I got in trouble because of Nightmare on Elm Street as a kid because they had like a Freddy like 1-800 number or 1-900 number. You call up and he would tell you stories, and I didn't know that it was you had to pay per minute. So I'm like calling all the time, like, "Oh yeah, what's up, Freddy?" And just recording, and my parents like, "What is going on?"
How much did the tab go up to?
I don't even want to ask them. I don't even want to ask.
Oh my God.
It was a long time ago, and I'm positive they probably remember.
And did Robert Englund like you call? Is it?
I don't even know if it was his voice. Honestly, it probably wasn't. It's probably just someone doing imitation.
Scary Terry.
Yeah,
Scary Terry.
That's from Rick and Morty.
Yeah.
Scary Terry. It's a parody of
Rick and Morty.
Well, it's probably a good thing because it's going to be not good anymore. Well, with the creator and the
I haven't watched it since the 3rd or 4th season.
It was still good, but the main guy responsible for most of it was canceled, and he was fired from his own show, and they're continuing it without him.
He was canceled. Did he do something political?
Yeah.
Oh, he went nuts.
Yeah.
What was his name, or what is his name?
Justin?
Yeah, Justin Roiland.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right, we need to get back into
the other. Oh yeah. I was just about to go into the Dan Harmon in his show, but we'll skip that. Yeah. But
he did Community.
Yeah.
What happened?
Oh no, I was. He did.
No, there's some stuff behind Community.
Oh yeah.
Well, yeah, the whole firing of Chevy Chase.
Yep.
In public.
But anyways,
go ahead.
Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yeah.
So we get through the school, and finally no, that's not. They've already done the sleepover by then, right? Where Oh no, that's not the sleepover where she walks out of her house, right? She gets up and goes for a little walk, and Johnny Depp's supposed to be watching her from his house, but he falls asleep watching naked.
Not a good boyfriend.
At that time, she's locked in the house because they have the bars on the window and she can't get out of the house.
Oh yeah, that's right.
There's at one point where he's in her bedroom.
They really like in this reality, they really get shit done really quick.
Oh yeah. Well, the only
bars on the window, fucking
he's
doctor's
like,
appointments.
He really went crazy at the
very industrious.
Like that was like legit the line from Johnny Depp. Oh, she went crazy at the security store. Like that's a thing. A security store.
Security store.
And you just get a ladder and put up like bars. I don't know. Your ex-husband is a cop. Maybe he could have some guys go and help out, I guess.
Oh yeah.
But
what a good ex-husband! Like that guy's there in a heartbeat. Like the wife calls and he's just like, "Hey, let's get Nancy help."
Yeah. And then she's like, "Dad, you need to come back in here. You need to come back here in 20 minutes." He's like, "Okay, yeah, whatever.
I'll be back."
And just walks away, and then okay, all right, whatever. Get some sleep. And then next thing you know, it's all heck is broken loose.
And the concern by these people, like when people are dying and stuff, doesn't seem too strong.
Yeah, right. No one's that
adults,
concerned.
Yeah, the adults are just like, it happened.
Yeah, whatever. As long as it wasn't, don't mention his name. Don't mention his name. And then she's like, this guy with a glove and a weird hat. And they're like, get in that old Volvo station wagon and get out of here.
Yeah.
But yeah, they really want to hush it up pretty quickly whenever it's brought up. And then she pulls the hat out of a nightmare, and it's got his name in it because
that was also a thing that I didn't think came out until later iterations of Nightmare on Elm Street. I was just like, wow, that they were able to take him out of the nightmare right away, huh?
Well, yeah, just the hat, and obviously because he's a grown adult, he has to write his name on the inside of his hat, just like your mom wrote your name on your underwear when you went to camp.
This is his.
Oh no, it's my hat. I'm telling you.
Well, in nightmares, there's a lot of hats.
Fred Krueger.
Wait, does he really write? I can't even. He writes. He writes.
Yeah,
Fred.
I think it was. Fred.
Did he write Fred? He did write Fred.
No, I think you might be right. I think there was a Frederick somewhere.
I don't think
written somewhere.
I was just being dumb. I was saying Frederick von Krugerstein or something like that.
Frederick von Krueger.
Yeah. He's a horrible man. But yeah, there's, I don't know. I mean, there's a bunch of that kind of stuff.
Killed him,
The movie goes by very quickly. It goes by really quickly. But
it really does. Yeah.
Goes by really quickly.
Yeah. So let's just skip ahead. I don't know where we left off, but let's. Is there any? Well, what about the one dude who got choked out in the prison in the jail?
Yeah, that was a pretty gruesome scene, I have to say. And
I assumed it was done a certain way, and I was pleased to find out I was correct.
Oh yeah, what's that?
And tell us.
It was filmed in reverse. So when the sheet's going around his neck, it was that they were actually like pulling it. So it was around his neck originally, and they were just pulling it, and he just played it backwards. But he did a very good job. Like there was like one eye, like eye blink that I was like, that looked a little backwards, but everything else he was like on point. I'm like, I think that might have been backwards. And then I read it and I'm like, oh yeah, it was. But they did it really well because it was they still consider $1.8 million a low budget movie back then.
Oh yeah,
whatever. Imagine what some of these movies nowadays, like some of these independent low budget movies, could do with 1.8 million.
For real?
Oh, I mean, incredible if they had that kind of money.
They wouldn't even know what to do with it. They'd be like, let's make a dozen movies. Yeah.
A dozen.
Yeah. But yeah, I thought that was pretty brutal, that whole hanging thing. And then she just knew we need to go get him now. Like, what was it that made her think like, oh, you know what it was is, Johnny Depp was hanging out in her house, and the mom was like, Nancy, are you okay? Because she woke up screaming, and he jumps out the window, and then she was like, oh, I'm fine, I'm going right to bed. And then like as soon as she left and she was getting coffee or whatever, she looked over and the window was open and the feather was going out the window because in her dream there was the feathers from the pillow. Oh. And that for somehow that means like he's coming after one of us, I'm assuming that's what she thought. That might have been one of the things that they're like, this doesn't make any sense. Yeah. It was right after that, they're like running to the jail.
That's another Scream little parallel is after the Drew Barrymore killing scene. Oh yeah. Let's think. After the Drew Barrymore killing scene, before going to school, Skeet Ulrich crawls through the window, Nev's in her nightgown, and comes into her bedroom. So I thought that was a little bit of a
nice
homage.
That's cool. And then after that all happens, that's when the bars get put on the window. And
yes.
She's on the phone with him, and he's like, all right, whatever, you gotta hang up, whatever. And then she tries to call back, and the father's just like, he's going to bed. You just leave him alone or whatever, and just hangs up the phone. He was very ornery, that guy.
Oh yeah, it's Johnny Depp's dad.
Yeah, Johnny Depp's dad.
She's crazy.
Yeah. My son, the puddle, is asleep. So, what'd you guys think of that kill? Getting pulled through the bed.
That was
amazing.
Fucking
Isn't
great.
It cool?
Yeah, I have to say for 80s technology, it was done really well.
Yeah, all it was that the set was upside down, and they just poured. It was water mixed with red paint that they poured out. And
it's not the corn syrup, huh?
No, it was water mixed with red paint, and then but it was the set like spun just like the other one, and when it spun back because of all the water and stuff, one of the actual crew members got shocked. That's a little bit of info that I found.
Got shocked?
Yeah, like electrical shock. Yeah, because there was all this water everywhere. He'll remember that for the rest of his life, which wasn't very long after. But then after that, like that's when she's trying to call and she's trying to call and he's not answering. So she gets mad and rips the phone out of the wall, and then wraps it up. And she's walking out of the room, and the phone rings, and she's like, "Huh?" So she goes and picks it up, and that's the "I'm your boyfriend now," and like at the tongue. Blah, 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 blah. But one thing I thought was cool because I would assume that effect would probably take a lot of money. Like that, the tongue. According to the information I read, it cost $5 to do that effect.
$5?
How? They use like a prosthetic that was already used or something, and
from another movie. Like I don't remember any phone tongue things.
Yeah,
and anything else.
That's a legendary, like a $5 effect, and they have that you can get like enamel pins and stuff like that of the phone with the tongue coming out of it.
I had a friend make one like that to have Robert Englund sign at a con.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Did Robert Englund get a kick out of it?
I believe so. I have a small story about Robert Englund.
Tell us.
At that same con where he signed the phone. Before the con, I was supposed to have him as a panel at the con, but because I contacted him and his manager before the con to try to see if I could get an interview before the con, they decided that I couldn't run the panel. I didn't know that. Yeah, there for some reason Robert Englund doesn't like being contacted, I guess. Although I did it through his website, which had a contact me kind of thing.
He wouldn't make the connection of you running the panel as you being the one.
You probably mentioned that. I'm going to run the panel for you. Yeah.
I put the whole con, everything. I was just like, by the way, blah blah.
The way I would have handled that is I wouldn't have asked for an interview beforehand. I would have just been like, hey, I guess I'm going to be moderating a panel. I just want to make sure I cover all the bases that you want to, things you want to talk about. If there's anything you want to avoid talking about, just if there's anything you need to be prepared for. Yeah.
Did that make you so upset?
I said some not so nice things about Robert Englund at the time, but since then I've gotten over it.
You worked through it.
Yeah.
Yes. I mean, it's like in my like.
I'm sure he has his reasons. I'm sure he has.
Yeah, I'm sure.
I mean, it just not makes sense to us, but it makes sense to him. Yeah. We talked about his stupid arms in that one scene stretching out.
The accordion arms.
Yeah, it was the effect was achieved by having men with fishing poles on each side of the alley, operating them to set a set of puppet arms attached to Robert Englund.
Yeah, it looked like it.
Yeah, it did.
Cool.
Yeah. I think that was when it didn't even look good when I was a kid.
No.
I was just like,
have.
Crooksy, how old were you when you first saw it?
It's. I mean, I went as Freddy Krueger like when it was huge, so it was probably before I'd even seen the movie. And I remember back then, it always would take forever for something to come out on video. Yeah. It took a year for things to come out on video.
Yep.
So I must have rented it or something.
In like 85.
Probably, yeah. And then I remember like there was the I think it was it the second one where they were teasing it with like a school bus. Freddy was driving a school bus. I was like, I want to see that one so bad. And like people I knew in school were like, I saw it, it was so good, and like whatever. I'm like, I want to see it too. And like it took me forever to get to see it. I'm like, it wasn't that good. Like it was good though. But even I think Robert Englund doesn't, out of his favorites, I don't think he's ever named the first one as being one of his favorites. He's got under 10 minutes of screen time in this movie, in the first one.
Really? Yeah, I guess.
I didn't even think about that, but
yeah.
I
mean, she's primarily Nancy.
Yeah.
Nancy.
The Did Nancy go on to do much?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Well, I thought she did a good job.
I think she's great.
Yeah. No. She's.
And she is super duper nice.
Kind of reminded me a little bit of what's her name from the
Facts of Life. Blair from Facts of Life. I'm just kidding.
Dude, that was the scariest show ever. There was a
Wait.
Halloween episode
Tootie.
on The Facts of Life.
Just
Tootie.
Tootie,
I
yeah.
leave you with one word. Tootie. That episode messed me up as a kid.
Wait, who did Nancy Thompson remind you of? Which actress?
Oh, the actress from The Labyrinth.
Jennifer
Sarah-
Connelly?
Yes.
Or, yeah, Jennifer Connelly. Thank you.
Oh, yeah.
Every once in a while, I mean, I've seen Heather Legenkamp
It's just not.
at cons here and there. She's always been very, very nice as well.
And was that her first role?
No, I don't think that was
No.
her first role.
Okay.
But she went on to be in more of the nightmare movies.
Of the
Oh,
Nightmare.
she did those, yeah.
Yeah.
And she was in like a comedy show at one point, I remember.
But yeah, I thought she did a great job.
Yeah, I thought she was.
And
Yeah,
she's
awesome.
she's so pretty.
And she's still like, she looks like her still. Like, she just looks
Yeah.
like an older version of herself, but she's still like a very attractive woman, and like, she's so friendly to her fans and
Gilf.
everything.
That's so nice.
Did you say gilf?
Oh, yeah.
You gross. You gross.
Sure.
Going down.
Oh, there was a show called Just the 10 of Us.
Or she is. Oh, I remember that.
She
I
was
don't know
a
that.
cast member of Just the 10 of
Wasn't
Us.
what's his name? The guy that does the oatmeal part of that?
Are you talking about?
The oatmeal.
Diabetes.
No, it was Bill Kirchenbauer.
Oh, never mind then.
Bill
don't know.
Kirchenbauer.
I'm
who
Was
was
it
a
a
stand-up comic.
sitcom?
Yeah, it was like kind of like a family-ish kind of sitcom-y kind of
My
thing.
voice is so loud. I have to remember my parents are asleep upstairs. I can still be loud, but sometimes my voice is really loud.
Yeah.
So it was a sitcom. I don't even remember that title. Wait, what did you say, Crooksy?
My wife's always telling me to shut up too. Like, she's like, "You're too loud. Shut up."
I know my voice was.
Yeah, that's why they put me in the attic.
Yeah,
But if ever you wonder why I'm whispering, it's because of them upstairs.
it's all their fault.
I thought it was just you were whispering sweet nothings into my ear. I
Yes,
was like, she's hitting on me again. I told you, Kevin.
She's actually been in just recently. There's a show called The Midnight Club. She was in 10 episodes of that. She was in there was a Hellraiser movie she was in, Hellraiser Judgment. She was in that.
Mhm.
very cool.
Yeah, she's still acting.
her.
But yeah, and it's one of those situations where like she's one that, I grew up watching her. And
Yeah.
you're always afraid to meet these people because you're afraid that they're gonna suck. And they
Oh,
don't.
yeah.
She's one of the ones
Out
who
loud.
didn't. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
suck like they're getting paid to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah. Oh, and here's a fun little the little 1-2 phrase coming for you.
Yep.
The guy that she was dating at the time was on set, and he was a musician, and he just was playing stuff in a minor chord and came up with it, and he's credited for creating that.
No way.
Yeah.
One, two, Freddy's coming for
Another
you.
thing that I thought came in the later movies. I so many parts of it I was just like, oh wow, that was straight from the beginning, huh?
Yeah. So after after Johnny Depp's demise, and they're like
Brutal.
squeegeeing him up, they have a wet vac.
And still nobody believes Nancy.
No,
Like
Poor
these guys
Nancy.
are just like
Nancy must have done this. She put this
Yeah,
giant hole in this kid's
Tina's
waterbed.
like
Yeah.
flipped the whole room's full of blood. You got the kid that hung himself. You got this other dude. It's just like nobody.
Yeah. And then she calls over and she's like, "Is he dead?" And he's like, "Yeah, she's dead." It's like, all right, well, I'm gonna go to bed, and can you just wake me up in 20 minutes?
Yeah,
I'm gonna have Frederick von Kruegerstein or whatever.
Von Krugerstein.
I'm gonna have him in my grips. You need to come over here. And then she goes down to the basement. Then there's another basement. Who doesn't want 2 basements in their house?
That's great. I don't even like one basement.
I don't even have a basement. I
I
have
never
to dig a
grew-
hole in my backyard with a
I
basement.
never grew up with basements, so when I would go to sleepovers in elementary school, a lot of my
Tell us more.
friends did a lot of
Aaron.
circle jerks. They all had basements, and I always would get really creeped out. So I
never got scared of that stuff. Maybe I don't
you
know.
never got scared of basements. Oh
No.
yeah.
I
I get
every
scared to
night.
the point where like, all right, I'm gonna have to run as soon as I shut this light off. But but I wasn't to the point where like I'm never going to go down here again. You know.
So you would run? I would run when I was my best friend, whose house I was always at, had a basement, and I would always. Well, I'd always want to go before her up the stairs because the basement was terrifying.
If something's going to get me, they're going to get you first. So I'm going to go up first. I have 2 older sisters, so my you know, they would mess with me.
They would.
Oh yeah, until I could fight back, and then that stopped. The whatchamacallit? So that the boiler room that they used in the movie.
Oh yeah, it was so creepy.
Is a real boiler room, and it was in a prison. A prison that wasn't a functioning prison, but it was in the basement of this prison.
Oh, no.
And after they were done filming, it had to be condemned for asbestos.
Oh, fantastic!
Did they all breathe it in?
I'm sure. Yeah.
I mean, they all must have.
Like, all right, guys, let's go down and just do the big old like huff and puff down in the basement. To give them a good to wish them well on their next take. You know,
everybody loves cancer.
Let's lick this wall. Let's eat some wall candy.
Let's lick this wall.
Yeah.
I wonder if do you think any? Well, how many? It took 38 days to shoot.
30. It was like I forget if it was like.
So
30,
how many days?
It always amazes me when people tell me that they shoot a movie within like 12 days.
I'm not even kidding you.
Serious?
We just had a guy on Wicked Horror Show this past Tuesday who did a short film that's like a little over 15 minutes long, and it's really good. And he worked on it for over a year.
Yeah.
And it took,
sometimes you hear a considerable amount of time. Sometimes you hear such a short.
Also, this was a bigger budget thing, so I guess they had all the people there that knew how to push all the buttons and blow all the whistles. And
how many days do you think they were in the boiler room to know if any of them have had lasting? I mean, medical health.
I would think that we'll probably know by now. I would hope.
Okay.
I would think, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but everybody probably signed contracts. They don't care.
Shut up about the cancer. You want to be in this movie?
Shut up about the C word.
Yeah. What did you just call me? No, cancer.
No,
all right. All right.
That boiler room, that whoever location scouted that prison basement,
just the scraping of the nails on it. Like that's something that would get me. Like if I was somewhere and then someone was scraping metal, I'd be like, oh my God, get me out.
Time to get out.
Yep. Like
I'm leaving you all behind.
I grew up like more a Nightmare on Elm Street guy than anything.
Yeah.
And then
more than anything.
Yeah.
Friday the 13th doesn't really scare me. I wasn't a Halloween guy at all.
I wasn't. Same here.
Tell me why.
I didn't like it
just
either.
Didn't.
Mike Myers.
It just didn't.
I like the cockiness of Freddy Krueger, I think.
Yeah, he was more of a character.
Yeah.
Michael Myers didn't scare you?
So for me, I think I may have seen Halloween too late in life for it to really affect me.
Oh, okay.
Like I think I saw way too many horror movies for that to really get me. But I was more of a Freddy guy for most of my childhood, and then at one point I switched to a Jason guy. I was a Friday the 13th.
I haven't seen Friday the 13th. You guys will have to put that on the list.
Same thing with all the other franchises. There's a lot of stinkers in there. He goes to space. He goes to space at one point.
Jason.
Who, Freddy or Jason?
Jason.
See, I just don't like that.
Well, the Leprechaun goes to space too, so why not?
Who goes to space?
Leprechaun.
The Leprechaun movies.
I haven't seen Leprechaun.
That's not going to be on any of our lists, by the way.
Okay, good.
No one. The Leprechaun movies are bleh. But even though isn't it Warwick Davis that plays the Leprechaun?
Yeah.
Oh, it is?
Yeah, who was an Ewok in my childhood. He was
he's in Harry Potter. He's been Willow.
Willow. Yeah, it was Willow. Yeah. That's what it was. He's wicked funny too. But anyways, so after Johnny Depp gets the old suckaroo and then vomited up into the ceiling, at that point, it's like the house is on fire, and they finally go and get the old police chief, and he has to break into the house because it's all locked up, right? Does he even have a key for that door?
I don't remember.
She's locked in the house, like she can't get out of that house. And then it's this is where it starts to get into the point of where the cast didn't know what made sense. They're like, okay, so Freddy comes out and he doesn't attack them because they turn their back on him.
Yeah. Like, I'm not afraid of you.
If that's all they had to do, then why didn't they do that for the rest of the movies? Why didn't we just like, I don't know what you're talking about? And just like look away. Like, and then why does the mom, who's now a skeleton, float down into the bed?
Creepy.
No, but it doesn't make any sense. There's no reason for that.
No rhyme or reason.
Yeah. And actually, if you watch the Never Sleep Again, Heather breaks down that whole thing. You're like, we didn't understand any of this. Like, you're just like, okay, whatever, And then I think it was the producer brought his dad to a screening of it, and he's just like, oh yeah, that end sucked. You need to change that. He's like, we can't. The movie's already out. Like, we can't change it. And he's like, oh crap. Oh well. Still is.
Oh, when they all get into the car and such.
Yeah, that whole thing too.
That. Yeah.
Oh, you did okay. I was so. I thought that was amazing. You all thought it was. Did you all think
No,
it was
it's weird. It's weird.
Yeah, it was a little odd.
It's obviously a dream because first off, you see all these dead people in a car, and you see the dead mom being like, "Have a good time with your dead friends," and don't mind that friggin' what is it? What are they called? I almost called it a hatchback convertible that has Freddy stripes on it, and yeah, and then they're just like, I can't get out, blah 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 blah, and then she gets sucked through a window, and then the end.
No, I would have been pissed though if they did like end it with everybody back alive.
Yeah,
that would have annoyed the hell out of me.
Right, but the stuff that doesn't make sense, like it's weird because it doesn't come back into play in any of the other movies, so it really doesn't make sense.
No, it really doesn't.
But I still think it's a great movie. It's not the best of the franchise, but it's still, I think it's a really solid movie.
I think it was 4 when they kill him. He has all the souls come out of him and stuff.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. So you can see this because what they did is they just made a giant like torso of Freddy, and they put real people behind it, and one of them is topless, and she's got her boobies, and she's like pushing against the skin, and you can like they just like trying to come out, like pushing through, and it's it looks awesome. But there's footage of like this giant torso like on set with these people just going back there pushing through the skin and everything.
In 4.
Is that one is 4?
I think it was 4 that they did that.
My favorite though is it 3 that has the whole marionette thing going on?
Pretty sure.
And then that whole prime time bitch. That one.
Yeah. Yes. Where they're all in the insane asylum or something like that.
Yeah. It's like, you're ready for prime time, bitch. Because like there's this like they're in like a rehab kind of hospital, and he's like taking over these kids that are in this hospital, and like this girl's like trying to get out, and she's like, there's a TV in her room, and he like his head comes out of the top of the TV, and there's like these weird arms that come out, and he grabs her by the head and just shoves her head into the screen of the TV. And there's what's her face? Rosanna Arquette is in one of them. I love her.
I love her too.
I'm like a crush on her. So
is Heather Langenkamp in number 2?
I believe so. Yeah.
And then is she in number 3?
Yes, she plays a doctor in that.
Oh, yeah.
She?
Wait, they don't keep her as
not
Nancy?
No, she's still Nancy, but she comes to like help the kids.
Okay, is she in 4?
I don't think she's in any more after 3, but I could be wrong. I have a bad memory.
That sweater on the car, I just got goosebumps.
Really? So you like it?
I did.
Maybe it's just the realization that they're back in the dream still, and like
Yeah.
The mom just stuck through a window, and she's completely made out of boot leather.
Bye, Mom. All right, everyone.
Little Snuckums, and she's like just through the window. Have fun storming the castle.
I was just surprising to me.
Yeah. So do you have any more tidbits of information in your notes?
Yeah, what you got, Nancy?
In my notes,
Miss
it's Nancy.
Nancy Ann.
I was named for Nancy Thompson. No, because I was
No.
already born.
Well, in the future, I'm going to name her after a movie that hasn't come out yet.
Oh, I did write. So my first notes, well, I wrote Tina being dragged off in the hall monitor.
Mhm.
So you already pointed that.
Yeah, that was
The maggots in the green.
Oh yeah, we didn't even touch
Forget
on
all
that.
about that. Yeah.
Oh.
Maggots really F
The
me up.
green
Same.
seepage.
Same. Maggots do it for me too. Like
Maggots
it's
just
the same thing with Poltergeist when he's pulling his face apart and there's maggots in the sink. I'm like, bleh, bleh.
No,
I wrote.
it really messes. They still use maggots for medical reasons.
Oh yeah.
Shit.
They
Like,
do.
Yeah.
they do, yeah. To like,
Why?
like say like you had some kind of infection or something that's like
Okay. Goes in.
And they'll put maggots in to eat the infection.
It's like blood sucking leeches.
yeah, because
Do
they
that.
won't eat they'll only eat the rotted skin.
Ew.
Yeah,
Do you still use that?
I actually had did an
Have a good night,
interview with
everyone.
an
Just end the episode right
entomologist.
there.
Yeah, right. Ugh. We had an entomologist on the other day, and like I think that's what it is, entomologist, studier of bugs.
A bug man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and
they
like,
study bugs.
oh, she got into it. Ugh.
I wrote fifth. God, I wrote fifth PCT shot. Does that mean anything to you all?
Fifth PCT shot.
I
No?
was writing fast. Okay, that means nothing.
I wonder, like,
Precinct, but maybe fifth precinct shot. Is
maybe-
there a
is it
scene?
something a similar shot?
That
that
must
was in
have been
Scream?
must have been something similar to Scream. Then I wrote Nancy.
Nancy.
Then I wrote the mom. Well, just okay. Then the cherry. Oh, I watched it with Tony, so I think he called it. Is there a police car? At one point, and Tony referred to it as a cherry top car.
Oh,
a little light. I never
kind of
heard
light.
that.
Oh yeah.
I know what he's talking about. Yeah, that's like basically just like a dome light that spins inside of
Yeah.
it. Yeah,
Cherry top.
like
And
old school.
he
Yeah.
said, "Oh, there's a cherry top." Then I wrote "wave out the window." Have no idea what
Is
that
that
meant.
Nancy's mom when she's
'Cause I
Go have
wrote it in
fun.
bold.
Have fun. I'm gonna get hammered. Yeah.
Woo!
Yeah. Then I wrote Nancy hyphen dad. That meant I wrote in chronological order as the film went.
Okay.
Oh, I did think. Oh, wait. Let's see. Oh God, did I? Oh wait, let's see.
While you're looking, just real quick, I looked up the hall monitor lady, and most
Yeah.
of her other work that she's done is she's a stunt actress. Like
Oh wow.
Oh
she's
really?
done stunts she did a bunch of stunts in Nightmare on Elm Street as well.
No
But
way.
she also did Star Trek Voyager, Deep Space Nine, Naked Gun from the Files of Police Squad. Yeah, a bunch.
I would love to play. Well, I know I said that the little hall monitor part.
I think you would have been great as the mom, Nancy. And
Yeah, just
that
Mom.
would have
just get
been
all bronzed up.
fantastic.
Like, dip me in something orange.
Spray tan.
Yeah.
Okay, I wrote.
Just a wine bottle at your side or a vodka bottle at your side. Yeah.
Pack of
Woo!
cigarettes.
I wrote phone hyphen time enough to catch him. Okay, then I talked about Joseph Whipp. Oh, I liked I wondered the movie Home Alone. Remember when Macaulay Culkin
Oh, yes,
flipped
yes.
the wire
Yeah.
to check
I-
it? So I
was doing
thought
the
that.
same thing too. I'm like, Freddy Krueger is the original Wet Bandit.
Yeah. Then I wrote VOD in bed. Have no idea what that means.
Video on demand in bed.
Video on demand in bed. I don't know.
That's fun.
Then I did want to say I thought the opening was amazing.
Yeah. And I think it's so neat how like if you're just watching it for the first time, you're like, is it all gonna be this small? Because it's so tiny. And it just like you figure is it gonna be like the old ratio or is it gonna be what?
I didn't think of that, but I just thought it was a really cool opening.
Yeah.
And
Because then they go into the hallway and I liked too, like it's kind of like the lettering was all off and everything like that. Like the font was just a very normal font, but the lettering was all like kind of staggered.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's kind of that's kind of messy.
Now this is a dumb question.
Yeah.
It's like my last name's Ritter. You could call me Remedial Ritter. Did he possess Ronnie at the end? Did Freddie possess Ronnie at the end? That's what I wrote. My question.
Ronnie at the end, huh? Oh,
Or
the
no.
mom.
The mom, yeah. Ronnie, I'm using her actor name.
I feel like she was.
I don't think she was possessed. I think she was dead.
Yeah.
She was just dead. Okay.
Yeah, and then whatever. What's funny is I just went back over to IMDb and it went right to the car scene. So that's fun.
I wrote something. Okay, I'll go fast. I only have a few more. Wait. I wrote red sleeves. And then I wrote my haircut. Don't know what that means. The nightgown.
That's the other thing too. His sweater changes throughout the franchise as well. Because this one he just has the red sleeves, and there's other ones where it's got the stripes on the sleeves as well. And there's a company, I think it's Mondo. I don't know if they're around anymore, but you could get like a Christmas sweater that is a Freddy Krueger like cardigan. Like it's like
creepy.
I'd be all over that. You kidding me? It's like $90. My wife would murder me. Anyway,
now, Lynn Shea, do you think Robert Shea, Bob Shea's the owner of, the owner of New Line?
Yeah.
You think they're married?
No, that's her brother.
Oh, that's her brother. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, very cool. Okay.
I thought I'd said like I brought it like it was in my head to say it. I don't think I said it.
You didn't say it.
Yeah.
Then I wrote came to makeup, obviously the coming to makeup, but I don't know. Then I wrote Matthew Lillard would have been Glenn to me would have been, or Matthew Lillard's character would have been, felt like an homage a little bit to the Glenn character.
I'm trying to think. There like Heather won the role. There was like, I think it was like 200 actresses that tried out. And some of the people that were up for it were pretty big names. I'm trying to find it.
Who?
No kidding.
Now, would Matthew Lillard, Jar Jar, since you've seen Scream, my notes are kind of wonky because I was watching as I was writing. I wrote Lillard sounds like him. Would that have been Rod?
Maybe, yeah.
Okay. The sex sounds made me laugh.
That was so good.
The sex sounds.
That was wicked hot.
Yeah.
Wicked hot.
I thought Heather Langenkamp looked a little bit like Brooke Shields. Then I wrote wiped the tear away. I don't remember. Oh. There's a scene. Is there someone who wipes her tear away? All I said was
that her mom?
Tear away. Maybe? But there's a weird moment in Scream where Fonzie, the principal, cradles when Nev they're seeing if she's okay, like in the principal's office, and they're seeing if she's okay. And Henry Winkler makes the choice as the principal to kind of cradle her chin. And there's no way a principal.
Especially today's.
Well, what year did Scream come out?
1996.
That's definitely a time where a principal wouldn't be cradling chins.
Yeah, and it's just so
funny or not. You don't cradle chins.
It's always so funny to me. And then I wrote, I didn't kill, I didn't do it.
Oh, wow.
Would that have been a Nancy line?
Are you having
We're gonna be
Mars possessed?
No,
I didn't do it.
No, I was just reading my notes, but I try not.
Well, I think wasn't the guy that went to jail. I think he was yelling that at one point.
I didn't kill, I didn't do it. Who wiped? I wrote wiped a tear away. Did someone
Maybe
wipe
it was him.
Nancy's tear away, or did she wipe? I'm thinking I wrote it because of maybe the Henry Wing. I don't know. But okay, so that's what I wrote.
I did find the actresses that she beat out. Well, not all of them.
Tell us.
So she beat over 200 actresses for the role of Nancy Thompson. Among them, Jennifer Grey, Demi Moore, Courtney Cox, Tracy Gold, and Claudia Wells.
Wow.
She beat all of those people
to death.
Big.
To death, like
she
a horse.
Beat them off, and she
That's it, everybody.
With your Uncle
Here.
Jack.
I'm so sorry to anyone who watches, but literally I have Arrested Development and I'm like a 5-year-old boy.
That's okay. I'm like almost a 50-year-old boy, so that's
I
okay.
think people wait to hear him anyways.
So she beat.
I do have to say, my friend Mark listened to the first episode and he thought it was hilarious when you got dirty at the end. So he's like, "Oh my
Okay,
god,
good.
that's funny when she got dirty." I'm like, "Yeah."
And I'm never trying to be dirty.
Right.
Just is fun to me. Well, I like to try to make you all laugh, and it's just fun. And my brain is just in that world constantly.
Yeah.
Because also I was a virgin till I was 28. I can't remember if I told you all that.
Yeah.
I was raised Catholic. Wait, did I tell you all that?
Let's get into these intimate secrets.
But you haven't told the podcast. You've told us.
You told us, but now we all know.
Now you all know. But yeah, because I was raised Catholic and my mom would say, you can't share the gift until you're married. Share the gift.
I was Episcopalian and I did horrible things with girls in the basement of my church. So, yeah.
Kevin's going to jail. I mean, not jail, hell.
I don't care.
Did you finger the girls?
Yeah, actually, yeah.
Good boy.
That term is so funny to me. Did you get fingered?
Finger banging.
They called me Moist Knuckles for a reason. Yeah.
I think that was Moose Knuckle.
Good old Moist Knuckles Crook. That's what they called me. Anyways.
I think I would have been scared maybe at 11 seeing this, but not. I'm so curious if I would have seen it at 11, what I would have. I know I would have been scared for sure.
As a kid, I was.
Yeah, I would have been scared. Watching
especially once you get that Tina scene being dragged through the halls.
Yeah, that's so early on in the movie. You're just like, oh my God, what am I in store for?
Wow.
Yeah, it's crazy.
But now watching it a few weeks ago, it was just fun to finally see it. Yeah, it was really fun.
And that's the thing. Like with me with like Halloween, like everyone's like, oh my God, it's so suspenseful and all this other stuff. I'm like, I didn't feel any suspense. I'm like, it's because I've already seen all these other movies that I felt wicked suspenseful, and I'm kind of like numb to it now. So I'm like, okay, like
I did see. I know. I think I've told you all. I did see Halloween in 2015 for the first time.
Mm-hmm.
And I watched it during the day thinking, oh, I'll be okay. And I totally got majorly freaked out.
That's good. That's what it's supposed to be.
See, I haven't watched Halloween in a long time, but I was never a Michael Myers.
That's so I know. I love hearing what people respond to and don't respond to. So did he not spook you out at all? Or just...
No.
Interesting. The dark cutout eyes,
because he wasn't as supernatural, I guess, as
right. And I guess that's the weird thing is, if anything, he should be the scariest part.
Really,
he should be, because it's something that
more
could,
realistic.
Could happen, as opposed to Jason, who gets murdered and then comes right back.
I'm the opposite to you guys with Michael Myers. I think he just terrifies me.
Right.
Which jumps, just everything.
Yeah.
But I love. That's why I enjoy our show, because it's fun. I always love to know what you all respond to, what characters you respond to, who you don't respond to, and which movies, because we all have different experiences with each.
Like there's probably plenty of movies that we're probably not going to even go anywhere near that you would absolutely love, but it's like something in our mind that's like, oh, that's a classic, or whatever. Like, whereas like, that's hot garbage. Like, it's like
hot garbage.
It's wicked hot garbage. Like we were just joking around Leprechaun. Maybe you would love Leprechaun. Who knows? Like, you wouldn't love Leprechaun. I'm just kidding.
No. That.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. Because I know.
Hey. Thanks for listening, everybody, and watching if you're doing that. I think we all had a very good time with
I'm glad you liked it. We're only 1 for 4, right? You didn't love Evil Dead 2.
Yeah.
You like
Nar.
Yeah.
I appreciated it very much. Wait, what have we watched so far? We watched The Shining.
The Shining.
Texas Chainsaw.
Yes. Evil Dead 2. And now Nightmare on Elm
Nightmare
Street,
on Elm
which I
Street.
call Nose. Anytime I write it, N-O-E-S.
Yep.
Nose.
Yep. And then we're going to do Hellraiser next.
Yes.
Which I already started tonight. But I'll
Isn't
save
it
some of my
isn't
fun
it like
facts.
very S&M-ish?
Mm-hmm.
Have you gotten to that point yet? Okay.
I'm so far up to the point where he's pounding her in bed.
Oh, okay.
While they're trying to push the mattress up the stairs.
Oh, I see.
On the
But I
next
have some
episode.
fun facts about
On the
that.
next
but
episode.
I'll wait to share my fun facts on
Okay.
Are we going to share our upcoming things?
Yes,
Yeah,
very much so.
So
Nancy
you go
Ann.
first,
I'll go first.
You
then.
go, Jar Jar.
Okay. For myself, I'm pretty much home for the rest of the season until next year. But you can catch this show and what is the other thing I am on?
You're on a couple.
Oh my God. Splash Pages on Tuesday nights. Check that out on Facebook and YouTube at 8 p.m. Eastern. It's live, or you can just go to the YouTube and watch old shows, which is much easier.
I'm writing it down. Splash Pages. Okay.
Splash Pages. And then I also do the Midweek Geeks for the Dorkening. And that's on Wednesdays, which is weird because it's the middle of the week.
I'm writing it down just so you know why I'm.
So it's midweek geeks on Friday. That'd be very strange. So.
Yeah. Well,
and you called it Midweek Geek or Geeks?
Geeks. It's plural.
Is it you and Leo?
Leo and Brandon and Carrie sometimes, and Yo-Yo sometimes, and
Yo-Yo Ma.
Yo-Yo.
His name is Yosarian, but everyone calls him.
Yeah.
He's awesome. I love Yo-Yo.
He really is. He's
I love
one
that.
of the nicest people I've
Used to
known.
live,
and he's very real.
He used to live in my area, and we used to hang out a lot. And then he, for work, he had to move farther away, so I don't get to see him as much. But when I do, it's awesome.
Did you catch my dumb joke when you said Yo-Yo and I said the cellist Yo-Yo Ma?
I undered it. I know who he is.
Okay, just so that
I
people
didn't
don't think
understand
I'm.
it. Went right over my head.
It went right over.
He's a famous cellist.
Jar's.
Was that like late 90s or something that he was huge?
Yo-Yo Ma, he's still huge.
I mean, like when he first kind of like became a thing.
That I don't know.
It's a classical thing.
It's how you play your cello.
Yo-Yo Ma.
Your cello. So Splash Pages on Tuesdays and Midweek Geeks on Wednesdays.
Yes, and then this show, which definitely check it out.
The Re-Education of Nancy Ann Ritter.
And Kevin Crook, where can we all find you?
On the same channel, I do Wicked Horror Show every Tuesday night, live 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We have a couple cool guests coming up.
I'm writing it down.
We have, even though this is going to be outdated by the time this one goes up, we're having the director and writer of Deathgasm, because Deathgasm 2 is going to be made, and Deathgasm is a fun movie. And then we're having, there's that sloth killer. There's like a killer sloth movie that just came out not that long ago. That's like ridiculous.
It's the slowest murder
oh my
ever.
God, it's ridiculous. The director is coming on for that movie. No, it's like when Michael McDonald was in Austin Powers and he's going at him with a little steamroller thing. It's like, no,
the sloth killer.
Yeah, it's like, what is it? I forget what it's called. I should probably do some research because the guy's going to be on my show.
Yeah.
But it was one of those movies too where I'm like, I don't know if I want to see that. What was that?
I think we have foxes in our neighborhood.
Oh.
And they wail, they cry.
I can hear it.
Either like,
did you hear it? You sure it's not Freddy? Scraping his
coming down the hallway.
I'm getting fingered by Freddy.
Whoa.
I hope it's
painful.
not. Usually when I hear the sound, I run out to make sure it's not a kitty cat.
Just go, yeah, and try to scare him out of the yard.
But the foxes, they cry. And sometimes it sounds like a woman being assaulted. Have you heard? But the cry, and sometimes not, but it's such a unique sound.
Yeah. So I'm also part of that strange show. Nancy, where can people follow you, and what do you got coming up?
Okay. Well, by the time this show airs, this will have already happened. But for you, I'm doing a haunt this weekend called Distorted Dreams Haunt. I know this will be after the fact when it airs, but October 13th and 14th, it's my first haunt. And then my next convention is New Jersey Horror Con. I'm doing you in Atlantic City. I did that one last year. This will probably air after this, but I'm guessing October 20th, 21st, 22nd. And that's a fun one. And then Atomic Monster Weekend with a killer lineup of folks. Oh my gosh.
They're harmonizing. Are they starting a band?
Oh, he's howling, the fox. I think they're trying to mate but sometimes they're just in the middle of the street.
You start hearing like
yeah, but they're calling for each other.
Smells like Axe spray everywhere.
One was like, where are you? Like, what up, fox? Yes, yeah, body spray.
Atomic Monster Weekends in Mesa, Arizona. So that's October 27th, 28th, 29th. Then Akron Comic-Con, November 4th and 5th. And they're timing that, I think, with the release of an independent horror film I did called The Girl 2 that has Gigi Edgley in it, me, Leonora Shelfo, the cheerleader from Scream, and then a former Playboy cover girl named Lisa Neild. She plays the girl too, and she's beautiful and wonderful. It's a great cast set in a mental institution. So I think they're chiming, and that it was shot in Ohio. So there's some, I don't know when the film will actually come out, but I think there's a little possible releasing or announcement of the film at Akron Comic-Con. And then my next stuff, if something can you hear it?
Oh yeah, we can hear.
You're gonna have all these baby foxes everywhere. They're getting down.
And she's called, so they're not mating, but it's just one calling for someone, but they're not actually doing it at the moment. But then hopefully I'll have stuff in November and December. I don't at the moment. And then January, I'm filming an independent film. And then my first conventions, well, I get March 1st through the 3rd, called Cult Classic Convention. And the husband and wife own the gas station from Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Mm-hmm. So they run the Cult Classic Convention and they run an event called the Gas Station. So I'm excited about all the upcoming ones. And then I have more in 2024, but should I wait? I'll just wait and mention those another time.
We don't know what's going to happen with El Nino. We may be snowed out for a while, right?
Oh, right.
Oh, wait, are we going to have a big snow?
That's what I hear. That's what I hear. I hate it.
When is it going to happen?
Tomorrow.
Wait, they're just
until next year.
60 inches a day.
Yep.
Wait, when do they?
I don't know.
Start?
I don't know, but I'm nervous about it because
all over the snow states or just on the eastern.
No, there's like places are gonna get it bad.
So Chicago, anywhere.
I don't know. We'll see. Hopefully they're wrong. Most of the time the weather guys are wrong. So hopefully they're completely wrong. That'd be awesome. I'd like to be able to get out.
I don't like snow.
I got to move to a state that doesn't have
all the states that don't have snow suck.
That's true.
I mean, we've been lucky in Alexandria, Virginia, where I am. We haven't the last couple of years. We had one snow last year. I had to shovel the driveway, but it wasn't anything major. The one before that, nothing. The one before that, I think we had one big snowfall, but we don't get it. Do you all just get pounded with it?
Last year wasn't that bad, but there was like 1 year. This is all going to get cut out too. There was like 1 year.
Okay, do you want to go offline?
Pounded.
Do you want to go off air?
Well, just give it a beat.
Oh, give it a beat.
Yeah.
Oh, I should have said bye.
That's what I'm saying. Give it a beat, and then we can be like, all right, well, thanks again, everyone.
Okay,
So
we'll give
okay.
it a beat.
Okay.
Bye, everybody. Thank you for watching. This was so fun. I was not named for Nancy Thompson, but I loved that her name was the name in the movie, even though I'm Nancion. And Crooksy and Jar Jar, I had so much fun with you, and thank you for having me watch my first Freddy movie.
It's always a pleasure. I'm so glad that I chose you as a muse for this show. It's good to go down these roads too and watch all these movies that either I've not seen in a very long time or have never seen. So I'm enjoying every moment of it.
There you go.
And
Thanks,
make sure everybody you keep following us on YouTube and wherever else you can listen to podcasts or even watch us.
Yeah. Do that.
Yeah, do it.
All right.
Do it.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Like, subscribe, comment.